What's going on, folks? It is Thursday. Y'all know what that means. It's time for us to preview this Sunday's matchup against the Bengals in Cincinnati. We got a very special guest with us tonight that's about to go out of his Falcon mind with us. Let's go. What's going on, Falcons fans? It is episode 59 of Out of Your Falcon Mind, Atlanta Falcons fan cast. My name is John, your host, joined by my boy Mike, as always. What's going on with you, buddy?
Out of my Falcon mind, as always. You just said it, man. Very excited about the guest today. It's a lot of lows in the world, but we got the biggest low of them all. You hear me? The biggest low of them all. Out of your Falcon mind. We ready to go. Let's go.
That's what I'm talking about, man. Yeah, coming to you from the Variety Sports Network, as always. Big Low Country. What's going on, brother?
Hey!
What in the world, Bo? Hey, man, I'm just in here out of my Falcon mind, man. You already know what time it is.
I love it. Yes, sir. So, man, tell the folks who don't already know who you are, because we do, because we've been watching and listening for quite a while.
Definitely, man, definitely. So, for everybody out there that don't know me, my name is Big Low Country. I'm just a old country boy, former football coach that just love to sit around and talk about sports. And I got the channel on YouTube. I'm on Twitter, Instagram, any type of social media or any way I can send smoke signals to you if you got enough time. But we definitely love the Falcons season ticket holder, and I'm definitely excited to sit down and chop it up with y'all fellas, man. I guess dreams do come true, because I've been looking forward to this for a minute.
Man, we appreciate you, dog. We have too.
Oh, hell yeah. Yeah, definitely, man. Yeah. And I mean, you guys, like he does, Lowe does a show, like the coaches meeting after the games, which is fantastic, man. Y'all got to check that out. Breaks it down. Hell yeah, man. Breaks it down really well for the fans. And just to get some stuff out of the way here before we jump into it, Mike, we got a new 5-star review on iTunes.
You don't say.
We do.
No. Come on,
do.
man.
So
What is talking about? Is it a comment behind it?
Yeah.
Let's talk about it.
Yeah, man. So it was from Chocolate Thunder 22.
Chocolate Thunder. You sound like a stripper, but I like it. Come on.
Hey, man. He said, or she, I'm not even sure. As a longtime Atlanta Falcons fan as well, I enjoy the honesty and candor that this podcast possesses. It brings a smile to my face, and these two are amazing. A must listen. Well, thank you very much.
Yeah,
seriously, thank you very much.
I love that.
That's awesome. Yes, that was great. And then a few shout outs, man. ATL Peach on she's been like literally, man, day one since we put it out there.
I was going to say this. We use as a figure of speech rocking since day one, but with her, it's not a figure of speech. I mean, literally since day one. So we love you to death. We love you to death.
Yeah, since I posted the show, the very first show, she shared it. It was amazing. So
beautiful.
We love you, man. We love you so much. Thank you.
Absolutely. And then a new also we got a shout on Twitter, man, from it's at NCC Gaming 02. This is 2 days ago. Said just found the pod. Loving it. Love from California. Matt Ryan's my favorite player. I knew that would resonate with Mike.
Hey! Okay.
But this team is it. 2-15, my ass.
Yeah. We love you, buddy. Thank you.
Yeah, man. Appreciate that. Yep. And we have an email, Mike.
Okay.
And this is a good one. And Lo, you're welcome to jump in on this because I know you watch college, right? Lo, you watch pretty much everything, don't you?
Love it.
All right.
Love it.
All right. This guy says, this is from JP. Says, hi guys, I'm a fairly new listener. The first show I caught was when you had the Falcoholic on, and I thought it was great. Which, by the way, shout out to the Falcoholic. They are 16 years old today.
Happy birthday,
Falcoholic, man! Shouts out to him.
Yeah, man. Dave,
our boy, dude. Man. We love Dave.
He's a great guy, man.
People, man. He cool people.
Yeah, absolutely. He I mean, I'm sure y'all know this, but if you don't, you'll need to be following. I mean, the dude just gets Falcons fandom.
Yes.
I mean, he just understands it, So and he's just great content. Let's see. I've listened to each one ever since. I've got 2 questions for you guys. Do you see Caleb losing his job when CP comes back? And John, I know you're a Bama fan, and you touched on it quickly last week, but are you blaming the refs like all other Bama fans are for the loss against Tennessee? I'm a UGA fan, but just curious because it seemed like everyone on Twitter and all my Bama friends thought so. Again, love what you guys do and keep working. JP, appreciate that, buddy.
Yeah. Thank you to everybody for all the love, man. We really appreciate it.
Definitely.
All right, so you're the guest, Big Low. What do you think about Caleb and when CP comes back? What you think?
Well, okay, so I know all y'all have heard that old saying, how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, let me ask you this right here. If you are eating an elephant, the thing is you don't got to do it by yourself, right? So
that's an analogy you can only get from
That's
Big
a hell of an analogy, yeah.
So basically what I'm getting to is that I really think that, when CP does come back, I think Caleb Huntley, mm-hmm. I think he'll legitimately still get some carries. I think that this is going to be, a committee kind of situation, and you legitimately might see 5 guys running the ball in a game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because we didn't even talk about. I mean, when Bird comes back too. So that's another big back. So, and I mean, we talked about it last week on the show, Mike. I mean, Caleb has earned his carries, man. That dude runs hard. He is just, he's earned every bit of it. So, like, I don't see them taking him out once he becomes, like you said, Big Low. I just don't see that. I think it's going to be, when you got guys that run like that, injuries are going to pop up. You can't be too deep. So, I would be just fine those guys getting the share of the carries. They all do something that's, they all fall forward. They all run hard. They all, initiate contact. So, it's going to be, and they're fun to watch. So, yeah, I agree with that. Mike, you think the same thing, buddy?
I expect CP to come back more hungry than ever because them young boys on his ass. So I think he know that he going to come back with some new energy. And I expect Tyler to be the third. And I expect Caleb to be the second. I expect him to get more carries than Tyler. So I expect CP to be the main workhorse with Caleb being number 2. But I love Caleb. I think they both, like John said, they all do something slightly different.
Yeah.
And Caleb brings the electricity just like CP. So that they juice up the crowd, they juice up the offensive line, they juice up the team.
Yeah. I agree. Zone 3 Falcon, what's going on, guys? Or what's up, buddy?
Hey, what up, Zone 3?
Hey, Zone 3.
Yeah, man, I agree. I think with Tyler, I think it's just his he's not as decisive as a runner as Caleb is, and that's sometimes you'll see him. There's a hole there, he'll just cut back right into the line or something like that. That's stuff he's going to learn as he gets more into the league. Not too worried about it. I like what you've seen so far. So it's nothing I don't think just to worry about. Now the second part of the question: am I blaming the refs for the Bama game? No,
you triggered John. I can tell you right now, you triggered John. John was triggered last week, but he smoothed over it. Now you. Hey, look what you've done, sir.
I was so happy with I was so happy with the win last week. I couldn't even care about what happened with Bama and the Braves. It didn't even matter. I was happy with our win. But no, man, look, we had 17 penalties in that game. And we're a few little questionable, sure. But Tennessee got a few little questionable ones themselves. They didn't get called on us. So bottom line is, man, when you allow 52 points and you allow, was it Hyatt to go for 200 or whatever it was, and you don't change a thing, and then we had a chance to win the game later in the game, and we decided to pass the ball 3 straight times, and I don't understand that when you've been running nicely with Jameer, and and then by the way, if he catches that ball on third, which is in his hands, we probably get a lot closer field goal, ice the game, it's over with. There's so many opportunities, man. Yeah, the refs had some crazy stuff, but no, dude, that was. Any Bama fan that's blaming the refs didn't watch the game very closely, because that's just they just had too many opportunities. They're undisciplined, man. That's a very weirdly undisciplined team for Alabama. So I'm sure they had a really good week in practice. So it's going to be something else.
I can only imagine Nick, boy. I know.
This is why I love John. Okay, let me tell you why I love John. John is an accountable motherfucker, man. Like for himself and other people. You see, he could have easily. The swarm is blaming the refs.
Yeah.
John just came in like, I mean, I could do it like everybody else, but to be honest, we blew some things we should have done. That's
This is what it
way
is.
to stay accountable, buddy.
Notice he said the first thing he said was 52 points. That was the first thing he said. He could have threw the rest under the bus. He could have did it, but he's like, nah, man. We gave up 52 points, man. Come on.
Yeah, I mean, you give up 52. You can blame the refs all day, but I mean the refs didn't get you 52 points. I mean that's the thing. I mean, what do you think about that game, Big Low?
I kind of agree with you. I think it's it. I don't feel like it's as blatant as the whole Grady Jarrett
God, no.
and everything like that. I mean, at the end of the day, you gave up 52 points. So unless those referees are rushing the passer and dropping back into the deep third, I don't think it makes that much of a difference. What the refs did. I think that's one of those cases where it's Bama just lost, and I think Tennessee kind of put everybody on notice last Saturday.
Yeah, man. I mean, Hendon Hooker's a real deal, man. I mean, he's impressive dude. So I mean, he's older than like 4 NFL quarterbacks.
Really?
Damn. I had no idea. He's older than Tua.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah. I didn't know that till today. Yeah. But so it's going to be. I mean, that game with Georgia. I know I've seen a lot of Georgia fans tweet that they feel like they're going to roll over him. I don't know, man. Like I mean, I know Bama maybe not be what Bama was, but I don't know. That's still
Where they play,
a
John?
tough matchup.
Where they play?
A couple weeks, isn't it? Low, a couple weeks.
No, I'm saying. Were they playing Bama or Georgia?
Is it there?
I think it's in Georgia.
Tennessee. Oh, it's in Georgia.
I don't know.
Take a look. Check up on it.
I got you. But yeah, so it's going to be. I think it's going to be a hell of a game.
The home team winning that. Whoever is at home, because that's going to be a good one.
Oh, the atmosphere in Tennessee was ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's in Georgia.
Is it?
Okay.
Yeah,
it's in Georgia.
Yeah, it's going to be. Yeah, I think it's going to be a good one. All right, man. So let's get into.
Hold on, John. I got to talk about how many executive Atlanta Falcons shirts does Low have with collars on them. Because we got jerseys and sweatshirts. Every time I see Low, he got on an executive level Falcon coat. Where are you getting these from, buddy?
Hey, man, NFL shop.
Okay, NFL shop. I'm thinking he's stealing out the locker room or something. Man. Come on, man.
Man, look.
He got all Falcon gear that got buttons and collars on them. Like he on the
I could have worn my coach's shirt tonight, but
right.
I'm rocking the hoodie tonight.
The
Falcoholic posted yesterday that on homage.com.
I already know.
Did you see it?
Yeah.
The starter jacket. Yeah, I bought it. Yeah.
I had to get it.
I had to get it. Yeah. I think I missed the last one that came out, so I couldn't miss this one.
Man, the red button-up shirt that got the Falcon logo that you got, that's hard, man. It's a red. We got an all red shirt with the.
I'm talking like with Hawaiian print on it.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's that Tommy Bahama.
Man.
Yeah, that's that Tommy Bahama.
That's hard. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I love that.
My wife picked it out for me, Coach.
That's nice.
Oh, I love that. All right, man. So, Bilo, you're Falcons fan, man. So when did you become a Falcons fan?
So basically, so growing up, whenever we only had 3 channels, and Dion, he got drafted. That was like my first memory of just football, period. So on Sunday we had the TV about this big. Yep. Everybody gathered around it. They were like this close to it, trying to watch it. But so I remember everybody talking about Deion Sanders, and I remember watching, and like one of the first plays I ever watched, he took a kickoff back to the house. I just remember like how excited I was. I was only like 4 or 5 years old, and moving forward, my dad, he passed in 1998, so that whole season, that 98 season, me and my older brother, we got a lot closer. And then, the Falcons, they made the run to the Super Bowl and everything like that. And it's like that kind of brought us in. That's whenever it really, really hit home for me, how much I enjoy and how much of a fan I am for the Atlanta. So I would say 98 is whenever it put me into super fan level. Yes, sir. Yeah. So, it's one of those situations where it's like I enjoy the team, and I'm from Georgia. I don't know if y'all know, like I'm not originally from Atlanta. I'm from near Savannah, Georgia.
Okay.
We just moved up to Atlanta like 6 years ago. Me and my wife. She's originally from Atlanta, but it's like, so it's one of those situations where I'm a fan of the Falcons, like, because I love the team, but it also has like a personal, it's a personal thing to me as well, because it's like, going through that tough time in my life, that's something that I found real joy in.
That's awesome. Yeah. That's great.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
that's. I mean, ironically enough, that's when Mike and I became fans too. Was
Dog,
Dion?
I
Oh,
swear
really?
it's the same
Yeah.
thing, Lo. Like I didn't even like the sport. I was a child like you, and I
Yeah.
didn't watch football. I thought it was boring, it's too serious. And I happened to be watching one day, and this dude was dancing, running kicks back, just had a bandana on, had jewelry
Yeah.
on, and I was
Yeah.
mesmerized, dog. And ever since then, I like football and the Falcons, and I never let
Gotta
them
love
down.
it.
I never let them
Gotta
go.
love it. Gotta love it, man. Gotta
Yeah.
love it.
I found a clip. I think it was a couple weeks ago. I posted it. It was I can't remember who it was. Got the interception. It was against, I think it was against the Raiders.
It
And
was Tim McKay.
Tim McKay.
Yeah.
And then he tossed it back to Dion. He's like, "Here, buddy, you go." And this, I mean, watching him just like fly through
Yeah.
I mean, like on another
Man.
level of speed,
Yeah.
man. Like just
His game speed was ridiculous. I
It
don't
was
know what he
ridiculous.
ran in the combine, but that game speed,
like a
I don't know
4.2.
anybody was faster than Dion.
Man, Dion, boy, that was
Yeah.
that was a whole nother kind of monster
Mhm.
right there, man. And the crazy thing is that it's like you go to the stadiums, you go in the team store, you see the Dion jersey, up there and everything. And I think they got priced at like $200.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but it's like I wonder all the time, like, why is number 21 still available? Like,
Same
this is
here, man.
prime. Yeah, like this is prime. This is
Yeah,
Dion.
yep.
Why is that number still? Why is Chris Owens
Right?
wearing
Yeah.
Dion Sanders' jersey number?
Dog, he really did bring so many people to be Atlanta Falcon fans, and I think he even woke people in Georgia that wasn't Falcon fans up to watch football. So he did a lot for the city, man. He really did.
That's
A couple of, I mean, him and Vic, man, because I mean, because
Yep.
every guy we've had on that's a little younger than us, that they probably that came up in the late '90s, like early 2000s, like every one of them says Vic, like Mike Vick. That's who got me into it, which I mean, yeah, you never seen a guy like that come along, so of course that's going to be like, wow, amazing. So yeah, that's funny. Those two figures, man. And then I mean, for us, I mean, we've talked about it before, but Jesse Tuggle and Scott Case and all those early guys in the '90s, just like.
But Lowe came in with the Dirty Bird and Jamal Anderson. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Lowe seen the Dirty Bird.
Yeah, that Dirty Bird. That was that's what really, really cemented it for me. I was like, look, man, we got our own dance. You know what I'm saying? And you go to school with everybody else. I'm a Packers fan. I'm a Cowboys fan. I'm like, look, we live in Georgia, bro. Like, why in the world? You know what I'm saying? Why aren't you cheering for your own team? But hey, it's one of those things, man. It is what it is. You can't talk people into being loyal.
Yeah.
No, and there's a lot of transplants here. A lot of people move here from up north and everything, so they're going to bring their fandom with them, So I get that too. But yeah, I mean, it's and we'll get into it later, man. But I think, well, no, let's do it now. So starting off, what do you think about last week with the 49ers game? And I know Mike and I, when Arthur was first hired, didn't really have any expectation. We just thought like, okay, pretty good job in Tennessee with the offense. Let's just, what the hell? Let's see what happens. But that first season kind of is what it is. Thought he did a good job with what he had, but man, like he's impressed the hell out of us this year. What about you?
Man, I ain't gonna lie to you. He's definitely impressed me. It's the thing about Arthur Smith is, and it's kind of hard to explain it. So with Arthur Smith, it's one of those situations where if you're gonna be a jerk, at least be a good jerk. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I mean, so basically, it's one of those situations where it's like, hey, I'm not going to answer your questions the way that you want me to answer them. I'm not going to conform to the ideas that you think we should have. I mean, and I'm perfectly fine with that. As a coach, I'm perfectly fine with that because there is such thing called a coach's ego and coach's pride. But the thing is that if you're going to do it, you better doggone be on top of it like brown gravy. Because as soon as you don't, it's going to be, you're going to get all kind of questions. You're going to get all kind of scrutiny and things like that. And it's like, I feel like, and shouts out to my homeboy. I don't know if y'all ever seen One Time for the Fan.
Yeah.
My homeboy Jack Spade, he was at training camp. He told me a story about how he was yelling out to Arthur Smith, said, "Hey, coach, let me call a play." Arthur Smith said, "Okay, call a play." And he got caught up. He didn't know what to say, but but he came over there and he talked to him. He was like, "Hey, man," he was like, "Look, I want y'all to know." He was like a big group of fans. He was like, "I want y'all to know." He was like, "I'm a good guy. I enjoy having fun too." But he was like, "I try to make sure that I'm as serious as I can in front of the media for the team because I want the team to change their whole mentality." And when he said that, I was like, okay, I completely respect that, you know? So, I mean, the thing is that all the other coaches that we had, you know, the Dan Quinns, who was such a nice guy, everybody loved him, you know, Mike Smith, who, you know, you could take him or leave him, you know. It was one of those situations where it was like, okay, I mean, you know, they're cool and everything, but whenever times get hard, what does the team do? And you know, that's one thing that I like about Arthur Smith. It's like every time I go to the game, I always leave saying the same thing, man. These boys fight. I mean, they fight, man. You know, so I'm enjoying what he's doing so far.
Yeah, me too, man. I mean, yeah, Mike Smith, I always think of him as like a dry piece of toast. Like, you know, it's just kind of, you know, I mean, it's just kind of like, yeah, I mean, he wasn't really a dickhead, but he really wasn't like super nice either. He was just kind of there. You know, did a great job. He did a great job while he was here. Then of course he had, you know, like you said, DQ, totally different. You know, Mr. Slogan guy and everything, and then Arthur way different than you know, than DQ. So, but yeah, I definitely prefer Arthur's style, but like you said, our Bigelow, like you know, as long as you're backing it up on the field, and you can tell though, like you said, the players have taken that type of mentality. Like you can tell when they're interviewed. I mean, the way they answer the questions, like it's Belichickian in the way that they're not, you know, they're not like almost robots like they are, you know, with the Patriots, but you can tell like that's had an effect on them, you know.
Man, I can tell what type of person your father is when I'm staring at a kid with like a young kid. I can tell by his mannerisms if you're emotional. I can tell if you got a good father or not. You take the personality of your father. Whatever your father taught you, like I could see it in you if he did a good job. What you're seeing is a manly man teaching people to be manly men. I enjoy every bit of it. Our biggest critique was that we give up and we don't fight, that we wasn't tough. You ain't nobody saying that. I ain't heard that all year. So I'm all with that dude. And I'll be a fan of him just for changing their personality and their character, regardless of football. Just teaching them how to be professionals in the media and teaching them how to fight for what you want in life, period. Because these lessons go beyond life. So you teaching young men how to be men and how to go out there and give everything you got for your dream and your family. They wasn't doing that. They wasn't diving for passes. Them boys was missing tackle. You see a different attitude, like men. And I enjoy men. I love girls who love football, but football is still overall a men's game. I want to see some tough shit on Sunday, and my team is playing tough. I love Arthur Smith. Then the beer thing. The beer thing is a manly. That's what a man would do. Like you smoke a cigar, like you man. That's a manly. You know what I mean? It's not a high five or a hug. A beer, and I love it.
I mean, and the thing is that if you look back, Mike and John, it's one of those situations where think about all of the guys that we had who were basically, you know, because there's a core group of guys, they really determine the feel of your team.
Yep.
So, I mean, you look at all those guys who you looking around the locker room, they're not here anymore.
Yep.
Like you don't see a number 11 number in the locker room anymore. You know, who I mean, let's be honest. It was one of those situations. He felt like he could get away with certain things. You know, he felt like he didn't have to practice. You know, he didn't have to do what everybody else did. You know, you don't see a Deion Jones who, I mean, let's be honest, he kind of took some plays off last year.
Oh yeah.
You know, so I mean, it's one of those situations. I mean, a Quadri Olison. I mean, I don't know too much about Quadri Olison, but one thing I do know is that every time I seen him in an interview, he's smiling and laughing. And I mean, you know what your mom used to say back in the day, Mike. He was keying it up with everybody. So I mean, it's one of those situations. Now it's like you got almost a brand new group of guys in because who's left? Jake Matthews and
Grady.
You know, yeah, Grady. You know, I mean, so I mean, you still got some of the newer ones like the Chris Lindstroms and the Caleb McGarrys and you know, AJ Terrells, but like those old school, those 2016 guys, all you got left is Jake and Grady.
Yep.
So they literally kind of weeded out the guys who they wanted to keep. So I'm gonna tell you, who I'm impressed with the most is Terry Fontenot. I don't know if y'all watch the show, but
Okay.
I used to call him 00504 when he first got here because I ain't trust him. But I'm really enjoying watching what Terry Fontenot's doing.
Yeah, and I think the Unova native Falcons are going to win this close game against the Bengals 31-28. We're going to get to that in a little bit.
You damn right, Unova native. You damn right. I love it, buddy.
Yeah, but like you were saying, Lo, yeah, and you look at what the type of free agency brought in too. When you look at Rashaan Evans, no nonsense, hits you in your mouth type of dude. Bird, very physical type runner. You look at re-signing Grady, which is probably the most important thing they could have done for that defense. Bringing that mentality back, that worker, like how you be a professional to all those young guys. Show Taquan how to go about his business every day, and he's benefited from it. And they benefited from each other big time this year, without a doubt. And Casey Hayward coming in, I mean, it sucks he got hurt, but he's got that mentality as well. So it's like all the guys they bring in, they're cut from the same cloth, it seems like. And so and like the draft, it was like, okay, this guy's got a chip on his shoulder, this guy's got a chip on his shoulder, this guy's got a chip on his shoulder. It was just a theme, like guys that had something to prove, or just angry type of guys. They're not angry in a bad way, but angry in a good way, on the field type of thing. That's just, we haven't seen that here in so long, man.
No,
it's just it's refreshing to see for sure.
Gotta love it.
The boys ain't running out of bounds. And I'll say this, and I know this is gonna be a shock to y'all. To change the culture, even Matt Ryan got to go. And Matt Ryan was tough as nails. But I'm saying to change a culture, it can be no more things from the old regime. And even Matt Ryan, you from the old regime. Now, you tough as nails. Ain't nobody saying you soft or nothing like that. I'm not going to diss Matt Ryan. But to change the culture, everybody got to go from the old regime to get this new attitude, new energy going. Sorry, man. I love you.
You're right, man.
Yeah, and I didn't mention Marcus, but I mean, huge credit to Marcus, because if y'all seen over the last week or so, I mean, like Charles London even come out saying this week, like what an amazing leader he is, and how the guys, he's such a genuine guy. Like, it makes it easy for him to lead, easy for the guys to follow him, and just that Ritter's he's been a great caddy for him. Basically, he's doing everything he's supposed to do to support him, but just that he has that calming presence, and the fact that he has been in the league for 8 years, he himself has something to prove to himself and to his coach. No, I mean, Mike and I I'm sure you have too. We've given him hell the first few weeks of the season. I mean, just based on performances, but man, last week we had, amazing. Like
Arthur Smith too. He got something to prove. Like, you a head coach. Like, we want to see. We want to see what your skill set is and what you. So even Arthur, that whole team got something to prove, and that's when people play their hardest. To be honest,
that's true. I mean, to go back to what you mentioned, Mike, is like, I don't know how many of y'all keep up with like the old school musical groups. Like the Temptations. I don't know how many of y'all watch Unsung, right? So you watch an Unsung about the Temptations or the Four Tops. They always start off with a singer. They're like, yeah, this was our lead singer, but we had to change it, right? So Matt Ryan, he's been the voice for the Atlanta Falcons for the last 14 years. And just like y'all said, he's a tough guy. He's a fiery guy. But sometimes you just need to change that voice.
Yep.
Sometimes you need to change that tenor, so y'all could get a different sound and get a different kind of movement. And I really hate it because Matt Ryan's my favorite player of all time.
See, I love you, Lo, man. You're welcome on the show every time, bro. You can come on when we're not even doing it. Just do your own out of your Falcon mind. I love it.
He's my favorite player all the time because for the first time in history, we went into a game knowing we had a chance to win.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, no matter what else is wrong, we can't get to the quarterback. We can't run. Well, at least we got Matt Ryan. So, I mean, he's my favorite player of all time. But, I mean, even that being the case, it's like sometimes it's just time for a change, And,
man, I gotta say this. I'm sorry. I know y'all expect this from me, but who cares? It's my fucking show. Listen to me, okay? What he just said was my sentiment when I kept talking about Matt Ryan is and when y'all want to know why I'm such a big fan, is he just put that in better words than I ever could. I knew every week, no matter what, despite what coaching problems we had, despite the offensive line, despite my defense messing up, despite them giving up or losing focus, I knew one nerdy white boy was going to rumble with me every week. And I mean, he was going to rumble if he was bleeding. He was going to rumble if he was getting hit. He was going to rumble if they was losing. He was going to rumble the 4 quarters. And Matt Ryan rumbled. Win, lose, or draw, he rumbled with me every week. So that's why I loved it. Like Lo said, I know I got a chance to win because of my one guy.
That's it. That's it.
And while in the building, that's my man. He say, "What's good, John, Mike, and Big Low? Hope you didn't miss much. We out of our Falcon mind, dog. You could jump in at any time." I love it.
Yeah, no, man, you didn't miss anything. We had an email. Some dude asked me about if I was mad about the Bama refs, which I was not. I was mad at the Bama team. Yeah, no, man, we just getting going, man. So yeah, let's just jump into the game, man. So Bengals beat the Saints last week. Thank y'all for doing that. Appreciate that. 30-26. They got off to kind of a not what they expected to start they wanted to get off to. They lost their first 2 games, lost the Steelers in overtime 23-20, lost the Cowboys on the final play of the game 2017. They blew out the Jets 27-12, beat the Dolphins 27-15, lost to the Ravens in the close one 19-17, and then beat the Saints 30-26. So it's been an up and down season for them too, kind of like us, but unlike us, they were expected to be a little better than they are. They're 3-3. They're tied for first with the Ravens. They're hoping to obviously take sole possession of first place this week, just like we are. How about that? So nobody would have thought that 6 weeks ago. So looking at it, man, they gave up 228 yards rushing to the Saints last week. And that's the most they've given up all year. They gave up 155 the week before to the Baltimore Ravens. So, you know, they've got some injuries on defense too. That's kind of big. Reader's going to be out. Looks like Logan is going to be out. So that's their best linebacker, their best defensive lineman. So that's something we can attack. But Lo, what you think going in? How should we attack this defense?
Well, I mean, so I know a lot of just like you said, Reader, he's going to be out. And I think they got another linebacker out as well, right? And
yeah, I'm about to look at the injury report. You go ahead.
I know 2 of their defensive linemen are injured as well. So I want to be completely honest with you. A lot of times, whenever they get gouged the way that they did, a lot of times they try to overcompensate,
right?
Especially in a situation where they're going to have some backups in. I ain't gonna lie to you. I think this is our chance right here to bust this thing wide open. Marcus Mariota, he got a little bit of confidence last week on 13 or 14. I feel like we could still run the ball. I don't know if we're gonna get 228 yards,
right?
But I feel like, look, Marcus got some confidence. Let's go ahead and take these shots, like Little John and Pitbull. Let's go ahead and take these shots. Kyle Pitts, they got him a touchdown. They got him going. Maybe we could get that whole monster behind him and try to snowball a little bit. Drake, he's been kind of quiet, but Drake's still making plays. So I feel like it's one of those cases where Marcus might get his 250-yard game.
Yeah. No, I was watching our boys with the Millennium Falcon podcast last night, and I just threw out there. I was like, man, I think Drake's going to get 100 this Sunday. And I don't know why. I mean, Low, last week I called Pitts getting a touchdown, so I figured I just ride that high.
All right,
I just ride it and say, you know
keep
what?
It rolling, Jack.
Keep it going. But yeah, no, I tend to agree, man. And two, everybody's been saying, well, can Marcus win the game if it's on Marcus? Can he win it with his arm? And although we lost the Tampa Bay game, he played pretty well, I thought. Obviously played really well last week. Watching Charles London's interview with the press, he's saying the same things that Arthur's saying, same thing that Marcus has been saying, like, hey, I ain't played football in a long time. Like the speed of the game, I had to get used to the speed of the game again. Seeing those, reading those, getting those progressions, all that stuff is things that he's becoming, you could tell last week it's starting to slow down for him.
Yep.
And he's making those reads that he should be making. He's making those throws. He only the one he missed. He just didn't set his feet right. He got rid of it a little bit quick and went low to London. But that was the only criticism you could have of him the entire
John said
game.
the one he missed. Think about the one he missed.
The one.
I mean, yeah. And I mean, so I think if his confidence is where it's at and his skill growing, the way they prepare, the way Arthur Smith calls a game, the scheme he's going to draw up. Yeah, I think what Lowe says right. We're still going to be able to run the ball because I don't really care who we're playing, man. If those linemen are out doing what they're doing every week and pushing those defensive linemen around, and when you're missing, like you said, Reeder, and Logan Wilson, he didn't participate either yesterday or today. And I think they're going to hold him out. Marcus Bailey's the other linebacker that's got the shoulder, limited participation going on there. Josh Tupou, calf did not participate in defensive tackle. So they got some issues on that defensive line too. So I mean,
listen. I'll say this: the actual superpower of our team, if we have one, is our running offensive line. Is our running. That is the superpower. So regardless who you handing off to, they gonna punish somebody. I expect it. But I say this: if y'all ever seen people, if you have children, you may have done this, and I know you've seen people do this. You know what I'm talking about. When an adult will sit in the driver's seat of a car and you may grab your son or your daughter, they might be 2 or 3, and you put their hands on the wheel and you act like they drive and they get so excited. What I'm saying is, okay, Marcus Mariota is the kid on the lap, and I wouldn't get in the passenger seat. You wouldn't get in the passenger seat and say, drive the car, Johnny, when he's 3 or 4. You wouldn't do that, So he won't have to drive the car on his own. They got his hands. It's a few times where you might let him turn and press this or turn the radio on, the windshield wiper, so they amazed. You won't drive it by yourself. I don't trust him to drive it by himself. I don't think the coach trusts him to drive it by himself. I don't think he trusts himself to drive it by himself. But I say this, I've said this on this podcast several times. It's so hard to play. When you see Matt Ryan struggling, you see Marcus Mariota struggling, when you learning, you got to play way slower because you're thinking okay, what was I supposed to do? What's the snap count? When that becomes subconscious, now you can do what Steph Curry do. He let that ball go. It's like muscle memory. You seen Steph Curry turn around before he know what's happening. He know that's muscle memory. I know what's about to happen. So you can play way faster. And I expect that's every week. I expect him to play better and better.
Oh yeah.
Because everything comes into play, especially you playing quarterback. It's like Elway said he want to run it down their throat. Want to see cleat marks on the tongue.
He said, "I want to run it down their throat. I want to see cleat marks on their tongue. I'm with it." Yeah.
I mean, until they prove they can stop it, right?
Yep.
I mean, because what we did so well last week was those first and second downs. If we were in third, it was 3rd and 4, it was 3rd and 3, it was short. They were getting chunk yardage, man, at the time. And even when they decided to throw, it was and some of those throws were quick. Pits out in the flat to the left. I know we call it Oz coming across the middle for that big gain, but they were all high percentage throws too for the most part. I mean, I think Drake had that one contested catch he did real well with. So I mean, I think I'm a lot more confident in Marcus now than I was 3 weeks ago by far. And that's just like I watched the game again yesterday from and it's just a different. He just looks different. There's a different thing about him on the field. You can just tell it is. Man. It's the confidence, man. His way he's carrying himself. He's more in control. If y'all saw the mic'd up, of that the Falcons did with him, I mean, you could just tell, man. Like he's kind of got it rolling right now. So where Mike and I were talking a few weeks ago about, Ritter may be in here around week 7, week 8. Yeah, I don't think we're seeing Ritter this year, man.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I would love to see Ritter still this year. I don't trust him. He got to do this consistently for me to give him any type of trust. One game, no, because that man is very capable of playing like an idiot on Sunday. I have you play well, but it's like a stupid kid who he got an A on one test. I'm happy for you. I'm gonna give you praise and positive reinforcement, but I know you usually get D's. You know what I mean? So now I'm hoping you turn the corner and at least get a B. but I wouldn't be surprised if you came back with a D. That's all. And I consistently over time, and you'll get my fandom. You'll get my support.
Yeah,
it's
no,
not
I mean,
that I want to see Ritter.
No, and it's not that Mike's being a dick. It's just the fact that look, I mean, we've seen Marcus over his career, right? So it's not like he was an all pro everything and he's coming back and that's the deal. He got benched, lost his job. He knew he wasn't good enough. He said that himself. He said, I knew I didn't perform well enough. That's why I got benched. He was a backup in Las Vegas. So this is not like we're piling on Marcus at all. It was just, this was self-admittedly stuff that he just knew he wasn't good enough and he had to make changes to get better. He had to believe he could get better. So, I mean, he's if he's not like I said a while back, if he's not losing you games, and he's helping you win games, then there's no reason to see Ritter this year. I mean, let Ritter sit, let him sit there and learn behind him because he's got his own set of skills he can learn as well. So, I mean, I got no problem with it.
He was very smart. And anytime you see them start a rookie quarterback, they always give him the first quarter is very scripted easy passes to gain confidence. And I think he finally gave him scripted easy passes and look at the confidence. So shout out to Arthur Smith.
Yep. And then Anwar said if Marcus keeps playing mistake free, leave him in. Yeah. I mean, that's kind of how we feel too. And I mean, I've gotten conversations with folks on Twitter and on our YouTube channel about, how we dogged Marcus before, but I mean, it's not that we want him to fail to see Ritter. I mean, I promise you that's not it. Like we want our team to win. So if that's with Marcus and he's winning, then hell yeah, let's keep going. Like I got no problem with it whatsoever. Like it's, like I said, the way, when you look at Marcus, how he came into the season, we didn't have a whole lot of fanfare about it. Nobody was like super excited. We all figured like, okay, he's probably going to be here for half the season. Then we're going to see Ritter. This is clearly just a bridge thing. Then he has that really, really rough start to the season. So we're like, oh, damn, this is exactly what we thought was going to happen. So let's get Ritter in here. Let's move along. Then all of a sudden Tampa Bay happens. Like, oh, he looks a little better. Then San Francisco happens. You're like, damn, he may have really just, like something may have clicked here, in his head because that might have been his best game of his career. Like not even just this season. I mean, like just as far as, I know, wasn't a whole lot of pass attempts, but he ran for 50 yards. His decision-making, when to run, when to pull the ball out, like all that stuff, everything. He hit on everything. So
he almost played a perfect game. Yeah. Now, people hear me that and they say, well, he didn't throw for 200 yards. I didn't say he threw for exceptional yards. The man's decision-making was damn near perfect.
Yeah. Yeah. And looking at our injury report, looks like Michael Walker's back practicing again. Taquan was full participant today. Isaiah Oliver was full participant today. He had a shoulder thing from the game. H.A. Terrell was full participant today. Obviously, they put Casey on IR. I watched the interview with Darren Hall. Man, that dude, he doesn't seem to be phased at all. He seems like he's ready to rock.
I mean, he
gained confidence last week.
He did on that deep skinny post route to Brandon Ayuk. He got up. It was like he was a whole nother person. I don't know if y'all seen it. He had the highest grade out of all the players. The Falcons players. I think he had like a 90.
Yeah, and then Next Gen Stats said he was one of 6 cornerbacks last week that played at least 25 coverage snaps and only allowed 1 reception as the nearest defender.
Wow.
So I mean,
and they care. I know everybody live, but they care about Twitter. And when your name is hashtagging, his name never been hashtagged this much. Like you get to see everybody praising you. You get confidence from that, even though you shouldn't care. It's the internet. I understand, but you gain confidence from that. The same way when y'all tell us we doing good, it make me more confident. You know what I mean? It make me want to do. So like you do read that. He is listening to when y'all praise him and everybody hashtagging him. He will come out ready to play.
Yeah, and I mean, they ask him about the receivers they're going up against because they said, T. Higgins and Boyd, and of course Jamar Chase. That's going to be 3 of the best ones they're going to see this year. And he was like, "Yeah," he goes, "They got a good receiver group, but he goes, we have a good corner room too." And he just seemed, in that entire interview, just like he said, "I've been playing DB my entire life." He's like, "This is his opportunity too." I mean, like Casey's a little long in the tooth. Darren, this could be his audition, man. Like, see what he's got to move forward because he could be the guy that comes in. I think he was the guy who punched out that fumble against the Rams, right? I think, and they're not,
I don't remember.
At the end of the game, yeah. Yeah, he's the guy that punched that
Oh
fumble.
no, yeah, it was him at the end of the game. Yeah, yep.
Yeah.
So I think he's just ready. I mean, I hope he is, because I mean he's gonna have a tough test regardless.
If I'm not mistaken, somebody said Jamar Chase, he was dealing with like a nagging hip injury or something.
Yeah, he was on the report as well. He was limited participant. Yeah, so that could be, if he's not 100%. I mean, that would be ideal for us.
And I'm gonna tell you this. It's real easy. I love that answer, because that was a gangster ass answer. To when you in the interview and they say, "Well, man, y'all gotta play," then they gotta play us. They gotta play us. So what you talking about? They gotta come here though. Like, we'll see.
Yeah,
I love the answer. I love the attitude. They gotta play us. We'll see.
That sounds like something old Patrick Beverly would say.
Right?
That's what I'm saying. You remember he said, they playing with me. Like, they gotta play with me. Yeah, I love that confidence.
Yeah, I know. I do too. And I mean, looking at how a lot of teams have played Cincinnati this year, it's a ton of too high, because they're not trying to get burnt by Jamar or Higgins or whatever. So they've been seeing that all year long. We've played a lot of too high. I mean, in some of those instances too. So I kind of think that's what we'll probably do again. But last week against the Saints, they started hitting Boyd across the middle a lot and opening up the middle of the field as well. So, I mean, I'm sure they're looking at that as well to see what kind, and the way they've changed their running style. At the beginning of the season, when they were not having a whole, like, Mixon, as good a running back as he is, he got off to a slow start this year.
Yes.
He did.
And they were doing a lot of outside zone type runs, and he just wasn't getting any traction whatsoever. The last few weeks, they've been running a lot more gap style schemes. He's been going up the gap, grabbing like 5-6 yards at a time. Now he's gonna have a little bit tougher, because he ain't seen Grady before with Taquan next to him and a couple of big linebackers we got behind him. Not to mention, man, Cordell Volson. I feel my condolences already, buddy. He's a rookie from North Dakota State, starting a left guard. He's gonna be indoctrinated by Mr. Grady Jarrett this weekend.
Yeah.
I mean,
you're gonna get baptized.
You're going from AA type of college straight to NFL to maybe the best at his position going against. So yeah, that's going to be something else. So yeah, I mean, for the Bengals, I think they're going to keep doing what's been successful for them last week. I mean, they dropped 30 on the Saints, which, granted, Saints were missing 3 of their receivers, and they were, I mean, they weren't full force either. But man, I think they're going to try to run the ball with Mixon like they did last week. Of course, I think they're going to hit Jamar. They're going to try to get him involved early, go up big, go up early in the game, make us basically try to throw the ball. I mean, to see if Marcus really can be the guy to beat us with his arm. So I mean,
I know. So, and I don't know if y'all believe in this or not, but I feel like whenever teams like have like very tough games or emotional games, they always come out a little bit flat that next week. I feel like Joe and Jamar going back to Louisiana, like, they wanted to show up and show out in New Orleans, and it was a really tough game. They won it at the last minute. I feel like they're gonna come out a little bit flat this week. Now I could be wrong, and I hope I'm not. So. But I feel like they're gonna come out a little bit flat this week.
I hope so.
And I'm gonna tell you why we won't. And we had an emotional game. Let me tell you why we won't. John tweeted or retweeted that Arthur Smith was in an interview this week, and they asked him like, well, what do you think they should work on? He said everything. That's some Bill Belichick type. The Patriots players say, even when we play good, man, this dude will pick 3 things we did wrong, and all week long, he not giving us props. He never patted us on. Bill Belichick, you could play amazing. He gonna pick the 3 things you did, and we gonna focus on them all week that you did wrong. And that's what he seemed like. But that's what you do to a young team, so they don't get high on themselves and get too far ahead of themselves. Reel it back in. Concentrate. The Bengals ain't no joke either.
Exactly.
No, and I think too, and I went back and I watched most of the game, the Bengals Saints game this week, and a lot of the packages they were doing too, I think, were making it easier for Burrow, because they were coming to the line in a run play, and then he could RPO, he could call out of that play, and it was a short pass, because with that too high look, they can go screen, short pass all day long and keep just dinking and dunking down the field. So, and they started doing that a lot during that game. And so that's something they didn't do earlier in the season either. So they've kind of adapted to kind of what teams have been showing them. Now, they're not going to, if you're taking away the deep ball, then we're going to just nickel and we're going to just slice you to death going down the field like this, like, cuts by left by 1,000 cuts or whatever. So, it's going to be that whole Dean Pease, whatever he schemes up, is going to be very, very interesting to see how, because I think that first quarter, you're going to see what they want to do right off the get, and then obviously, I think we're going to come at it the same way we did against the 49ers because it's, similar. See, looking at what Anwar had there. If Anderson keeps playing this way, Walker might be in trouble.
You got to use them both. They are made. You
they're
got.
they're different. They're different.
Yeah, they're different.
Walker's more of the. I'm sorry. Anderson's more of like Rashaan Evans. Like I think, and I tweeted this out earlier than week 2. I think folks get lost on because of how fast and just crazy athletic he is. The dude's 6'4", 240 plus. And they just lose the fact that, damn, he is that big. Like, he is your prototypical size inside middle linebacker type of dude. Like,
he's a big.
Yeah. So whether or not they re-sign Rashaan or not, next year, which I think he's done enough to probably earn himself another year. But if Anderson keeps making these leaps, it could be the Anderson Walker show.
Yeah.
Because Walker does a little bit more. He does a little more different things than what Troy can do. So we'll see.
Troy is the Tasmanian devil, so you let him loose and watch him. Like, just let him loose and he'll go all across the field, go all around.
Yeah, his hair's always on fire, dude.
His hair's yep.
Like that's the only speed he goes. And
he looked a lot like Ray Lewis. Like, dude, I ain't saying he
big compliment.
Good
that's
as Ray Lewis, compliment. But like just the way he was sideline to sideline, and he's up here 1 minute, then he's back here another minute, and he was just all around the field like Ray Lewis in this same defense, which is might be one of the reasons why they got him. They wanted that that athletic guy, about 6'4", 240, who can move around and hit somebody. And,
exactly. I want to say this, man. I don't know shit about college football. I just started watching it. Okay. But when that draft came, I told y'all when the draft came, I said, we got a dude that y'all not talking about his name. No, Troy Anderson, man. This dude was from a school you never even heard of, Montana. And I told y'all, you just watch the tape. You never seen this like this. The tape was amazing. Even at running back, I think he threw the ball, was playing quarterback, linebacker. That's rare, man. And he could really throw and he could really run. And when you got a running back at linebacker that's that big and that fast, man, you don't want no part of that. You don't really want no part of that. So I knew Troy would be this. But like I said, it's like Allen Iverson when he first came. You got to learn how to play within the system to be even better because you just wild right now. We just let you run wild. But when you get the knowledge to go with that, just running wild, man, you might be like similar to Ray Lewis.
Yeah, like last week, you saw it, like his a little bit of his inexperience with that screen down by the goal line. Like he kind of overcommitted on that screen, kind of got out of position, and then with that stuff, like he's a rookie. You expect him to make those type of things, and you also, but he saves the damn touchdown by running down and doing the punt return.
Man, that's crazy, ain't
Your
it?
linebacker caught the punt returner. I'm gonna keep saying that. Your linebacker caught the punt returner. Now you think about how, man.
To show like exactly how athletic this kid is. We know that he blocked the punt against the Rams, right? There's been like 2 or 3 other times where he almost got one. Like, he was literally eating off of it like a plate. I'm sitting here like, man, like this kid, like, normally in a season, somebody might get close to blocking the punt maybe twice. Here we are, week 6. Like he's almost blocked 3 or 4 of them. I'm like, goodness gracious, boy, this kid got a step.
I don't think the upbacks are ready for that. Whenever he's coming through there like a freight train, like it's just something different for him. Like it's just a different type of animal, dude. And they were talking to. I watched Dean Pease press conference, and he'd asked him about like Isaiah, how they thought he did coming back last week, and he had great things to say about him. He said, "Man, I thought he was great last year in the nickel because he said he was like his typical kind of nickelback, like like Logan Ryan was back in the day for him. Like that's kind of that same type of size. Thought he played well." Hoping he's healthy for this year. And they asked him about like how what he thought was contributing to all the rise in turnovers this year for us. And he said, man, they're just playing faster. They're just playing faster. They're not thinking as much like last year. You could tell. And then specifically, our guy that we keep, man, I don't know about you, Lo. We've, or at least I've been on the Richie Grant train since last season.
Yeah.
I never got off. I believed in him the whole time.
He did. He really did. He was the first one that believed in Richie Grant.
But he said, I guess that came up at the end of the conversation. He said, man, we were really hard on Richie last year. He said, I told him to call Brandon Merriweather to see how he liked his rookie year because it was very similar. And he said, it's just that we see so much in him and they didn't want to do him a disservice by not being that way with him. They really wanted to just, get that out of him. So like this year you're seeing it, you're seeing him. And this is, I think you're just kind of scratching the surface still. Like, he's still only second year, him and what's his name at your boy Hawkins at both. Yeah. So, I mean, both of them, they're going to have their hands full this week. I mean, because their play in particular is going to be real important, especially with those guys, those receivers they got to worry about. And they listening to a few of the Cincinnati Bengal podcast, they're not super worried about our pass rush. So I'm hoping AK can
offensive line.
I know.
We'll see. Yeah,
that's like the first little pig not being worried about the big bad wolf.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, right.
I mean, I know y'all made some overhauls a little bit to your line, but they still have not been performing like you're supposed to. I mean, Lael Collins he was better last week, but he's not what y'all thought he was getting when he came from Dallas. I mean, he wasn't the same. So, and like I said, you got a rookie at left guard. I don't know. I think our interior is going to wreak so much havoc that we may get some sacks just based on that. It's forcing Joe out, because if you get some pressure on Joe will make a mistake. He'll force the ball.
Yep.
Joe ain't that cool.
Right. Yeah.
Joe ain't that cool now. Like,
they have been extremely underwhelming all season. They played great last week, but they've been underwhelming.
Yeah, and looking at their two corners, I mean, you got Eli Apple, and I think Awuzi's been playing better than Apple has been this year, from what I've read and seen and everything. Of course, Jesse Bates, one of the better safeties. Von Bell, Trey Hendrickson's the guy we gotta worry about on their line. He's had a good season so far. That guy's he's a solid dude. But I mean, matchup wise, I mean, our receivers I think match up really well against their defensive backs.
Oh yeah.
So if they if we do open it up in the pass game, which I think we can have some success there. So, I mean, and you look at it, I mean, like our defense, as well as we played last week, and I don't want to be like being negative here, but there was 3 plays that could have went that they had 2 huge drops we talked about in the recap game or in the recap show.
They did.
That was just they were field flipping plays, and then they had the Ayuk penalty called back on that long deep for holding. So that's, I mean, and they those were wide open type of just like gash the defense type plays. We just got lucky as hell. They dropped the ball and then had a penalty, because that could have changed some things there. So the best thing about it is it didn't hurt us, and they can review it this week in film. And they can say, hey, look, guys, this is what we don't need this.
About this. Like.
We got Jamar, we got T. Higgins, we got Boyd coming up. Like, we can't have this happen again. So, that's the best thing that can happen is, you make a mistake, but it doesn't hurt you that bad. So, but I mean, not one of the shows I listened to for the Bengals picked us to win at all. So they thought they were going to win. One said one was tight. One said 27-23. The other ones were like 7 to 10 point scores. So, what do you think, Mike?
I'm gonna tell you this. If any Cincinnati Bengals fans can hear me right now, kiss my ass and kiss anybody affiliated with the Out of Your Fucking Mind. I just want to tell y'all something. The 2 games, all y'all talk so much trash about us. We got the worst roster in the league. We was gonna win 2 games. I just want to read something to y'all real quick. These are teams that we have an equal record to right now. That y'all pray. The Baltimore Ravens with Lamar Jackson, San Francisco 49ers with Shanahan, Tampa Bay Buccaneers with Tom Brady, the Cincinnati Bengals with all them receivers y'all said. How about the Green Bay Packers and Aaron Rodgers? The Rams, Aaron Donald, all these good teams y'all said was the Patriots, Bill Belichick, the Dolphins, Tyreek Hill, Tua, Y'all said a lot. The Colts with Matt Ryan. These are all teams that y'all said would be light years better than us. And not only have we won the same amount of games as them, we lost the rest of the games by less than 4 points. So how y'all sleeping on us is how y'all are being disrespectful, or how you like overlooking or being arrogant is beyond me at this point. I would think that you would be taking notice. And if you haven't, we'll see on Sunday. You will get whatever smelling salt you need will be provided on Sunday. Since you unconscious, we wake you up Sunday. Don't even worry about it. You don't even set your alarm. Don't even set your alarm. We will come to your house and wake you up out of your Falcon mind. You heard it here first. Kiss my 3-3. I'm just telling you, because we got the same record as all the teams y'all said was going to be amazing, so much better than us. And we only lost the other games by less than 4 points. What I'm saying is, if that don't, Chris Berman, I tweeted this, said, when you 6-0 against the point spread, forget the gambling thought. That means you're better than everybody thinks you are. That should wake you up. And let me tell you how important that quote meant to me. I read that on Sunday, and I just remembered that word for word. I'm proud of myself. I am very proud of myself for memorizing that.
That was perfect.
I'm just saying that 6-0 against the point spread means we are shocking per team if we lose or not. We're shocking them like, damn, what's happening? Well, we weren't expecting that. So don't get too cocky on us. And I mean, no team should be so cocky on us that they overlooking anything.
Yeah. What you think, Big Low?
I mean, so what they got the spread at? They got the spread at like 6 points.
Yeah, I think it's 6.5, something like that. Yeah.
I think this is going to be a very tightly contested game. I think they're going to. I feel like they're going to try to run the ball. I don't think it's going to work as well as they think, and then they're going to panic and try to go back to the pass. I feel like we're finna hit them in the mouth. We got this running game that's very efficient. And like I said, the only reason we haven't gotten like those 200-yard gains from Marcus Mariota because we haven't hit on any shots yet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's like if you would have added a 50-yard shot to a lot of these games, he would have had 200-yard games.
Yep.
Right. I feel like once now that he has a little bit of confidence and the confidence is rolling and everything, you're going to start to see some shots. One thing that especially football coaches, it comes to insecurities, they get insecure about their teams. That first drive against the 49ers last week, when Lamade Zaccheaus caught that slant route and went 40 yards, you know how many people were in the box, right? They had 8 people in the box.
Absolutely.
So moving forward, I think we're gonna be able to stretch the field out a little bit now that Marcus got this confidence. I'm finna go ahead and call it. We're finna win by 4 points.
Love it.
That's what Anwar said. I like that. I like y'all. Yeah. But you see that spread getting smaller and smaller.
It's smaller and smaller.
It's getting smaller and smaller every week, and I respect that.
Yeah. I mean, you look at it like, I mean, I think it started at 7.5, something like that, and it's already dropped to point and a half.
But if it was week 1, it would have been 21 points.
No, yeah,
you know what I mean.
Yeah, you're right. But no, I mean, yeah, if the defense, like, I don't know if they've. I mean, I know the Ravens have a good defense, but man, our guys, and they fly around and they hit you and they swarm you, and so I mean, and it so far, I mean, Dean has made when he needed to make the adjustments, he's made them, and they've executed it though, which is the more important thing. So, I think what Lowe says is true. I think they're going to try to run it, and then it's going to just continue to be another tight one like we've seen pretty much all year long. I mean, it's hard to win on the road in the NFL. That's never changed. I mean, it's going to be hard to win there. I still think we're going to do it, but I think my 12-year-old says it's going to be 27-21. Falcons.
Yeah.
All right.
go
So,
ahead, John.
Yeah, man.
No, I was going to say this. Here's why, man, Lowe have to get his own TV show or something. Here's why he need to be on SportsCenter or ESPN. What he just said, I thought about it and I said, damn, that is honestly now that I think about it, and you say it, that probably what happened. I got them doing just what you said. They running, start off running, it won't work. They'll panic and start throwing, and they get to overthrowing. And I kind of agree with that. I don't think it'll be close. I think I don't mean close. I think we'll win by 10 points.
Wow.
Okay.
I dig it. Yeah, I mean, I think the most important thing for us, if we can run the ball like we've been doing and eat up that clock, I mean, I don't care how good or prolific your offense is. If they've only got 3 or 4 shots and a half, 3 or 4 drives and a half, then they have to be efficient as hell, and they got to complete those drives and score points. So that's what we did so well against San Francisco, man. You're eating up clock. We held the ball 7 minutes longer than they did.
Exactly.
You know? And I mean, if we can do that and capitalize and keep making those touchdowns in the red zone like we've been doing, like for so many years, that was our Achilles heel. We could get in the red zone, but then we couldn't score. We had to kick a field goal. So I mean, if we can keep that going, man, I think they're going to have like we said at the beginning of the season, we're going to surprise a lot of folks. We're going to hit a lot of people in the mouth before they know it. And but I think by now it's not really becoming a surprise. I think we're actually getting a little bit of notoriety. Like the national media has actually said a few good things about us. So it's been kind of weird as a Falcons fan to see that. Anwar said, "Ben don't break defense." Yeah, pretty much. I mean, they've given up chunks, but they've made plays when they needed to make them. So I mean, like,
John and Lowe, I got a question for y'all. What from a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate on offense or defense? What I'm saying, one score, just the team in general, are in-game adjustments for 2022.
I'd probably go like a 7.
Okay, yeah, all right.
Because
Lowe?
I mean,
why, John? Why?
Just I mean, yeah, I can't give them a perfect 10, but I mean, like like last week we saw them gash us a few times with some passes across the middle, and we knew you kind of figured Ayuk was going to. Bro, I did, at least in the preview show. I thought that was a guy I was kind of worried about. And they went down the drive. They went down the field so easily on those couple of scores, and we were like, man, this can't be happening now. We got up that 14-14, and when they came back out, man, like that was a different defense in the second half. Like that, they didn't allow that type thing to happen. So yeah, I mean, it's a kind of game to game thing. But I think just the players having another year in the system, the guys that have known, like Rashaan Evans, that has been in the system and understands it already. The young guys like Anderson who can fly around, and even his athleticism can make up for his lack of knowledge so far. You know what I mean? So like some of that's on the players. So yeah, I got nothing bad. I mean, yeah, it's a solid 7 to me.
You, Low?
But I mean, yeah, I think I'd give them a 7 as well. I mean, they've definitely gotten better throughout the season. I still got a bad taste in my mouth from that Saints game.
Man, you and me both.
Okay. so I mean, if you took that Saints game out of the equation so far for the year, I would definitely give them a 9-10.
I love that. Okay.
Yeah, but that Saints game, and like I said, I definitely got to give them credit because they've gotten better, at the adjustments as the season's going on. Like, that 49ers game, whenever they got there, they had the 2-score lead. It's like they actually held the lead. It wasn't a situation where they were like, oh, we're just going to sit on the ball and ended up losing. So, I mean, yeah, I definitely, I feel better about it. I tell you what, Mike, if you ask me at the end of the season, I might have a different answer for you.
I know. 6.5 said Anwar.
Yeah,
and so here's why I asked that. It was quite frustrating to watch Dan Quinn sometimes. I felt like he came in with one game plan and couldn't get off. If it was working or not, he was like, this is all we practice. So if it's working or not, I feel like they do switch it up when it's not working.
Exactly.
Yep.
Exactly.
Yeah, and Marcel adjustments have gotten better. Yeah, I mean, yeah, like you said, Mike, it was like everybody was athletic and fast, and let's just hope that works.
Yep.
So I mean, that's what it seemed like. I know it was more different. It was more complicated than that, but that's what it appeared on the outside looking in. But yeah, I mean, like you said, man, Lo, that damn Saints game, man. Like, yeah, if you don't,
it was rough.
And then then he got so defensive after the game, like about saying, no, well, it wasn't really a soft, yes, it was. I mean, you just sit back and allowed him to just complete everything underneath, and you can't do that. You got to stay at least somewhat aggressive on both sides of the ball,
Exactly.
So, and that's at least, I thought they may have learned that last year, like the Commanders game. We've talked about it before. That Commanders game, we had one, man.
That was tough.
And and that's what reminded me so much. I was like, not again. Like, come on, first game of the season, y'all got to know better than this. But that was almost like a wake up call, I think, to them. They're like, damn,
I think so. Yeah,
like this has got to change. So,
and the thing is, man, you called that, John, because I remember I was like, man, what a fuck up, like what an idiot. And John actually thought about it and said, I know it was the Saints, but in the long run, it'll be a good thing because it would have woken them up, and it was.
Yeah. So score wise, I'll go. Let's see. My kid said 27-21, so I can't say the same thing. And Big Low, he normally beats us. Like he won last year.
Yeah.
It makes no sense. Oh yeah, it makes no sense. He like the game. What was the game, Mike? He picked this year. We said it was going to be
it was Scott. Yeah.
It was. I forgot which one. It was supposed to be. Everybody was predicting high scoring, and he was like, "Nah, 17-13." It was within like 2 points.
Yeah. Hey, Low, let me tell you how good he is. He he didn't know who he was playing one time. He didn't know. He was just like, and it, like this, what I'm saying, he be spot on. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. So anyway, he said, Anwar said, I almost cried after the Saints game. Yeah, I was throwing stuff. I was not a happy dude after the Saints game.
That was tough.
Yeah, I'm gonna go. I'll go 24-21. I think the last Coup wins it for us.
Coup wins it for. I'm gonna go. I don't know why. I'm gonna go 17-27.
Right. Okay. I'm gonna go 24-28.
Okay.
I dig it.
So we all say Falcons.
We all say Falcons. Well, I say Falcons.
Yeah, we out of our Falcon mind, man. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, we gonna pick.
Hey, I think this is the first, Mike. I think I picked the Falcons every week this year.
You have, John did. Yeah, yep. So here's what I'm saying, Lo. I got to tell you something about the show. Not one time on our show have I ever picked the Falcons to lose. I say 100% of the time W. All right. Now John is more realistic sometimes, but even this year, John said W every time.
Yeah, I don't know why. It's just a different feeling, man. It's just that you can see it on the field. Like you can see all the potential and what you've seen it come together on the field. This is a different feeling around the team. It just is. So I mean,
euphoric Johnny Yates, you gotta love it, man.
Oh man, so I did a Twitter poll, and it goes right into in or out. So Lo, we play a game on the preview show. It's just in or out. We give you something, and you're either in or you're out, and you can expand on it, or you can just leave it at that. Whatever you want to do. Anwar said agrees. It feels different. Yeah, man, definitely does. Before we go on though, did anybody else have anything else about the Bengals? I mean, I just kind of ended it there on the prediction, but I think we covered pretty much everything. But
we gonna beat them. Before we go on, I do have one question for Lo. Lo, I got one for you, man. You've been a Falcon fan for a long time. This is a good question for you, buddy. You know the team this year. You've watched us. We played a good amount of the season so far. You see the flaws, you see the strengths, but you also know the old Falcon teams. You know the old Falcon talent. So let me ask you, if you can go get an old Falcon, okay, any Falcon, it can be before you was born, the year you was born to right now. You can go get any Falcon. And you can get them for 1 year at the peak of their talent to help this team this year, only for 1 year. You don't worry about the salary cap or nothing.
John Abraham.
Damn, I ain't even finished. John Abraham. He said
Nailed
that.
it.
Damn. Hey, who said that so quick? No, why John Abraham?
Well, I mean, I think I just feel like he would work perfectly on this team. I know that they had him lined up at outside linebacker because for a while, Mike Smith, they were running that 3-4 defense. And I mean, we just need a guy to get pressure off the edge.
You're right.
Whenever I look at everybody else on the squad, it's like, I look at Julio Jones. I was like, oh man, Julio, he was great and everything, but on this team, he's only going to get a max of 5 passes thrown to him a game.
Right.
I look at Matt Ryan, he doesn't fit this scheme. So I feel really confident in our quarterbacks. So I wouldn't say, man, Deion Sanders, I feel that confident. The biggest need that I have is getting to the quarterback. So yeah, I think I would go with John Abraham.
I love it. Hey, that was a good answer.
Yeah, I can't disagree either.
Yeah,
That's, I
that was a
mean,
great one.
yeah. All right,
Let's
man.
do it.
So in or out. So I did the Twitter poll, and this will be my first in or out question. I said, simple question. Are we a playoff team? Yes, no, or ask me again in 2 weeks. So, and I said, I asked people they can comment on it too. So I got Jay Jones. So, buddy, he said yes, and I'm standing on that. We got Carrie. Shout out, Carrie. What's going on?
Carrie, what's up?
She said, if we beat the Bengals this Sunday, then that will definitely make more believers out of people. Agree with that too. And then Rocky Hicks said Falcons will win the NFC South. It's a lock.
Whoa.
So, and the poll so far is at 69 votes. We've got 41% saying yes, 29% saying no, and 30% saying ask me again in 2 weeks.
John,
Mike, what say you, buddy?
Okay, before I answer, who said that it's a lock to be the South champs NFC?
That is Rocky Hicks.
Rocky Hicks. God bless you, sir. God bless you. You know, may God bless your heart and all your days be fruitful, sir. Because you wanted something, okay? I said it. Not only we Super Bowl champs. Now I called it here. Super Bowl champs. Marcus Mariota, MVP, 600 yards, 6 touchdowns.
Oh,
now, out of your Falcon mind. Of course, we NFC South champs. I ain't gonna say Super Bowl. NFC South champs. You damn right. I believe that with all my heart. All my heart.
Big
NFC,
pop.
I think, and again, playoff team. But because of the youth of the team and like the inexperience, it would be nice. And I'm optimistic, but you out in the first go. But playoff team this year. And you know what? I'm not gonna say you out in the first go. I say NFC South champs. If they build every week, sky's the limit. The team. There's no real team in the NFL except the Eagles that look. Oh my God. And of course the Chiefs and the Bills, but but everybody else look about right on par with us. So I'm in no fear of anyone, and I feel like we can beat anyone. So yes, I'm in.
What's up, Big Pop? Did I hear somebody say Troy? We did talk about Troy. Yes, we did. Yeah. We talk about Troy every show because he does something awesome. Big Low, what do you say, buddy? As of now, what do you think?
Well, I actually put my vote in. I was a part of the early voting. So
okay.
Oh, I love it.
But yes, I think this is a playoff team. For the simple fact that now you have 7 playoff teams. All of these teams are 3-3, and I mean you just look at everyone we competed with. The Rams. Could have beat them. Yeah. Could have beat Tampa Bay. Should have beat the Saints.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
So I mean, I legit think that it's one. And the crazy thing is, guys, that we're still not at full strength. So this team is getting better as we go. So I'm hoping that it's going to be one of those cases where when the playoff race actually comes, that's whenever we're hitting on all cylinders. Because I really feel like we're hitting out about 5 out of 8 right now.
Yep.
No, yeah, I'm with you. I'm in. I the same reason, man. And like our schedule that looks so damn hard at the beginning of the season doesn't look that hard now. I mean, and that's why Mike and I said before, you can't really play that preseason schedule game where you go through and knock off win, loss. You can't do that. Too many things happen, man. Injuries happen. Players come out of nowhere that nobody saw just bouncing on the scene. So there's too many factors, man, in the NFL to just go in there and tell you you're gonna chalk up a win.
People get old.
People get old.
People start aging. It's like
people get hurt.
Tom Brady ain't looking the same. He's looking kind of.
Aaron Rodgers not.
Right.
Aaron Rodgers ain't looking the same.
Like you said, Mike. I mean, outside the Eagles, I mean, the NFC is not fantastic. So I mean, like this, and you just got to get in there. Once you get in there, then it's just a game by game. So who knows what'll happen. But yeah, so that was my first in or out. So we'll see how the poll ends up. But still got 15 hours left. But it's just interesting to see 41% yes, and then 30% ask me again in 2 weeks. So it looks like everybody's either yes or they're still like just kind of waiting to see. I guess maybe this Bengal like I've seen a lot of people put that this Bengals game is more like a litmus test. I mean, that's what I saw about last week. I mean, about the 49ers. So like I don't know how many litmus tests you need, but
just to have 41% of people, that wouldn't have been if you asked that before week 1.
Oh no, that'd have been like 10%.
That's almost half of the people you asked saying we going to the playoffs. that was nowhere close in week 1. So
It'd have been like you and like 2 other people.
yeah, just me and a crazy person who was like naked in the street on like Bankhead. Like me and him was the only one saying it. So y'all, I love y'all for that. I really do. That warms my heart like apple cider on a Sunday morning.
There it is.
So I got one. I got one for y'all. Okay, I got one. I got a good one. You have to pick one of these players, and I'm not talking about for the Falcons. Just in your opinion, the talent level. You taking Justin Jefferson, Cooper Kupp, or Stephon Diggs?
Ooh, God.
Yeah.
I'll take Justin Jefferson all day.
That's okay. You, John? Kerry.
What's up, Kerry?
What's up, Kerry?
I see. Kerry said, this is the most confident I've felt in our team in a long time. I love this team. I'm ready to take on anybody. I'm with you.
Kerry is out of her Falcon mind.
That's what I'm talking about,
against the wall right now. It's holes in her drywall at home. I'm telling you. The confidence we all feels great.
That's what I'm talking about, Kerry.
Yeah, I'm Jefferson too, man. That dude's he's ridiculous. His speed, his catch radius, everything he's got. I mean, like, yeah, it's.
So I'm Justin too. We all in on Justin. Okay.
Yeah, you know what? Cause I feel like Cooper Kupp.
I really thought I made that hard for y'all, and everybody said Justin.
Oh, really? Yeah. I think the biggest thing with Cooper Kupp is just his relationship with Matthew Stafford.
Like, I got you.
That's true.
Whenever they first got there, it's like he was like, "Hey, we're gonna work together. We're gonna do 2 a days, all kind of stuff." And then, on the other side, Stephon Diggs, he's great, but he ain't no JJ.
No.
Yeah.
Justin Jefferson, he built different.
He is. Kerry says, I am out of my Falcon mind. Hell yeah.
I love it, Kerry.
Love it. All right. So my next one. As of right now, are you in or out re-signing Caleb McGarry? Mike. Deep thought on this one.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. I think that again, the offensive line, the strength of any it's not like the running back or skill position, because it's not the individual talent, it's the cohesiveness of the group. If, like he said, if I'm watching the 5 heartbeats and all that, just stay together. We see how long we could, U2 and all, it'd be 20 years later. We still I want to keep the cohesiveness of the group. So while there are some people on our offensive line and our backups that I'm not a fan of, the cohesiveness, I don't want to break up. So I just say, but not for a lot of money, but yes.
All right, Bigelow.
I am out on Caleb McGarry. And the reason why I say this is because Caleb McGarry just started getting it going this year after they declined his 5th-year option. So, money makes people do a lot of things. Now he's starting to get on top of it. So I'm unfortunately I'm out on him. I think he's doing a really good job this year, but unless the deal is just good, very team friendly, I don't know if I'm willing to, because the crazy thing is that even though, kind of like what Mike mentioned, that whole cohesiveness as an offensive line, even though the offensive line wasn't as good last year, Chris Lindstrom still shine. Even though the offensive line wasn't as good last year, you could tell that Jake Matthews was still getting his job. So I just have to step out and say out on that one.
Yeah, Kerry says, she says, I am in, but only on a short-term money-friendly deal. Loving McGarry's fight this season, how well he's playing. But Mike, like you said with Mariota, I need to see you do that consistently.
Yep.
Yeah, that's just what. Yeah,
and I'm the same way. It have to be a friendly deal.
He needs to have like an incentive-laden deal.
Yep. John said it. That's perfect, John.
Genius. Because I mean, like Lo said, if it's money that's going to drive you, because I mean, I don't know where you've been the last few years, and all of a sudden, like, boom. We got like a angry Viking going on, I mean, like, and I mean, that's cool. But if that's who you got to be like going forward, type
he don't want to be a bounce at a club because he know that's next. So you better get to paying attention, or you'll be right in front of the club, the strip, the blue. He'd be right in front of the blue flame. Like, can I see your ID?
Or he could be an extra on one of those Viking shows.
See what I'm saying?
You know what I mean? He'd be in the background. put some fur on him, whatever. And
Yep.
he's straight up. Yeah.
Be extra on House of the Dragon season 2.
Oh,
Right.
absolutely. Fit right in.
Great one, John. Great one.
Yeah, man.
So
Sorry, brother.
I got one for y'all. It's another one. It's another good one. Another good one. You got 3 choices. Okay, you just got to pick one. If you can have a superpower. You can have a superpower, but you get one of the 3. You can either fly, you can be invisible, or you can read minds. Which one you going with? Look at it. Yeah, see, this is what I like. The stump faces. This is what I aim for with these nonsensical questions.
You said fly,
you
or
can
read
fly,
minds, or
be
what?
invisible, or read minds. Now, I'm gonna tell you this. I'm invisible. I'm gonna tell you why I'm invisible. I'm going to see Beyonce. I'm invisible. I'm getting on pervert time immediately. That's gonna be the first thing I'm thinking of. I'm on a flight.
See Beyonce naked. Where in the world? You can't do that.
I'm on pervert time immediately. So I'm thinking invisible. I'm staring at people. You know when they at the thing and they hit me like their pin number. I'm right beside you, staring at your pen. I'm sliding that card out. I'm going to get 300 into the back. Stop the card. I'm invisible. Okay, Curry said I'm flying. Now, are you flying? Are you invisible? Or are you reading minds? I'm going invisible. I'm telling you that now.
I think I'm flying. I think I'm
flying.
Yeah,
man, I'm reading minds all day.
Oh, I don't want to read no damn minds. I don't want to know. There's too many things. There's too many things. No, not me.
I'm reading minds.
So I'm gonna tell you why I love that one, because we each said something different.
What's up? One time for the fan.
One time for the fan.
One time for the fan.
They're my homies. What's going on?
We gotta get them on soon.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Anwar said read minds.
Anwar said read minds.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Rise up, baby. Let's see. Gary said Jay-Z coming for you, Mike.
Right, exactly.
You better recant that, or I'll
right. I'm gonna be on here in a week. Like, I've offended a few people. I've done research and apologize for my transgressions.
Man, all right. So my next one, in or out? 12 games is too many for the college football playoff. Mike.
I know football is a tough sport, but I'm gonna be honest, man. I don't think there's except maybe national soccer. Like, there's not a sport where I see people having as much fun like the fans. So for the fans, I say I'm in. I mean, no, it's not too much, because for the fans, I just think the 12 game that they would be in heaven. That the hype behind that, the money made for the schools,
the money,
just the more tape that the players can get on tape to increase your shot of going to the league. I can't hate on that. I think that would be big for college football, even though you got more injuries and everything. But I just think that for the culture of the sport, yes, I'm in, so I'm out.
Gotcha. Big low. 12 too many or what?
I am out. 12 is too many. Just give me 8. I mean, the fact that we're going to 8, because it's one of those cases where it's like, if we keep increasing it, everybody's always going to feel left out. So if you go to 12, number 13 is going to be like, see, if it would have been 16 teams, we would have been able to make it in. Then you go to 16, number 19 is going to be like, oh, so y'all just biased against the top 20s. Okay, they think, there's going to be a tournament for all 165 teams in the nation. So at the most, I would say 8. But I mean, I think it's pretty cool. Everybody going into the season saying, look, we need to get in that top 4.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. I mean, looking at it now, I mean, if we're looking at top 12, we're talking about Georgia, Ohio State, Tennessee, Michigan, Clemson, Bama, Ole Miss, TCU, UCLA, Oregon, Oklahoma State, and Southern Cal.
Wow.
So, I mean, that would be your 12-team playoff as of right now, which has a lot of names in there.
That's a lot of big names in there.
A lot of big names in there. And I mean,
nice. Just a match. That's nice, man.
No, yeah, I get it. I get back, but it's like, it's going to, I mean, like you said, Mike, the money is going to be insane.
Yep.
And like they're going to I mean, the schools are going to pull in and I'm sure they'll work out something with the bowls where they're still getting their money too. But man, yeah, I would have probably sided more on the 8 to 10 range. I thought, because dude, Mike, I know this is your first year watching college football, but I mean, Lo, you can account to this. There's been years where 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 had no business being close to the top 4.
Exactly. Oh, I get what you're saying.
And I mean, it was just, they get boat raced by some of these bigger squads, and so like they may get in, but it could be just a disaster for some of these teams too. Exactly. I mean, like that's the only thing that worries me is, how normally there's a pretty big leap from your top 4 on down. And sometimes there's not, it just depends, but sometimes, depending on the year, it's just but I mean, hell, I'm gonna watch. Of course I'm gonna watch. I'm gonna love it regardless. But
that's what I'm saying. It's just more to watch. But I now that you brought that up, John, I go 10 because I don't go 8, I don't go 12. You go in the middle. You go 10 because like you said, I don't want to see just a game where they running over like the talent level is so unmet. No.
Yeah.
So right. Go 10. Hayden Hurst said he is eager to face the Falcons this week. He said he doesn't think he got to show everything in Atlanta.
That's from Kerry.
Yeah.
I mean, I agree. I feel like he was dealt a bad hand. I feel like he could have. I was looking for him to be that game changing tight end before Kyle Pitts came, but I mean, it just didn't work out.
Yeah, he's pretty good. So hold on,
he's pretty good.
Man, I got another one. Because this is what I'm saying. He didn't show everything because you wasn't open. Get your ass open. Like, man, he don't drop the ball. He caught some good ones for us. But he wasn't open a lot of times. That's why, and even in Cincinnati, I had him on my fantasy team because I'm thinking this gonna be with the tight end with the Cincinnati. He hasn't been big. He had one good game all season. So no. But I got a good one for you, Lo. I got a good one for you, John. I've never actually been in a Costco. I've never been in a Sam's Club. Okay. Really? But you see why Lowe's head just turned? I'm going to tell you a secret of why his head just turned, okay? Because most people go there for bulk, okay? People go there for bulk. Now, what Lowe does is Lowe say he go there for bulk, but then Lowe is like a huge fan. I went on his Twitter, he's a huge fan of the pizza. Lowe say the pizza at the Costco is to die for. Okay? Hey, he might tell his wife, "Oh, we need toilet paper." Okay, but you know why he went in there. So are y'all saying is the food in Costco good? I never had. Is it good? Is it that good?
I'll let you go first, John. I'll let you go.
I got nothing bad to say about Costco pizza, man. It's good. It is good. Okay. I've had it. It's good.
Yeah. Okay. Is it just pizza, or do you have multiple choices to eat? Like, is it food? There's like hamburger, hot dog, French fries, or is it just like pizza?
They got different things.
They got pizza. Yeah. They have hot dogs. It's like the big hot dogs.
Damn,
things, they got like these what they call, John? Like these chicken.
Oh, like the strips on the stick type thing.
Yeah, it's like a chicken bun or something. It's like chicken encased in bread. They got salads.
Damn.
They got these sundaes, these strawberry sundaes. They're to die for.
See,
but the thing is, though,
yeah, it's good.
Well, let me ask you this right here, Mike. Do you have a big family?
No.
Okay. So if you go by yourself,
chicken bake, that's it.
Chicken bake, that's what it is, Kerry. So if you go by yourself, you could get you a pizza, or you get a slice of pizza, a hot dog. The drink comes with the hot dog. You get all of that for like $5, $6.
Damn. Okay.
We carry this.
My bad, $4. Coach Ronnie just told me $4. So you get the drink, which is unlimited refill, the big old slice of pizza like that right there. Now, if you get the whole pizza, it's $5.99 for a whole large pizza.
Man, that's still pretty good.
Yeah. I mean, shoot, you can't beat it. You can't beat
it. Great say you got my attention. I love food.
Yeah, and one time for the fans said Sam's Club pizza low key hit him for real though.
Everybody say that. Okay, so I gotta go in the Sam's. I gotta go get the pizza, man.
You gotta go. You gotta go get. And they got other stuff in there too. I can't remember. They got this cinnamon twist thing.
Mm-hmm.
At Costco. I know my wife. She always gets it, but Yeah, I mean
As soon as we get off this podcast, he gonna tell his wife, man, we ran out of paper towels. I'm telling you, he getting ready to go make up something. I done broke a cup.
Hey, just be careful. If you go on the weekends, man, it's insane.
It's crazy.
Oh yeah, I bet.
Like,
yeah.
dude, it's like it makes me nervous. Like just walking around it on the weekend, I can't even do it. Carrie said you can get a hot dog and a fountain soda for $1.50. Yeah.
Damn. Okay.
Yeah, it's for the cheap.
Hey, I didn't know that. Now, Carrie, thank you so much. Because this whole time I was thinking, I really don't got the membership. She just said you don't have to have a membership to go to the food court. I will do that this weekend. I promise. I'll have a review on Monday.
There you go. Let us know what you think.
Yeah,
that's going to be on your underrated, overrated.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
I already know it's going to be. All right, so
you should get a video like while you're whenever you get there.
Yeah. Okay.
You should get you a video.
Dude, you should. Yeah, if you post that on the,
I'm doing it. I'm telling you, I'm doing it.
Just live tweet it while you're there, man. That'd be great. I would love to see it.
I'm doing it.
All right, so my last one. Did y'all? The Atlanta Hawks tipped off last night. Their first game of the season looked pretty damn good with DeJounte and Trey in the backcourt. Y'all in or out? The Hawks are going to be in the conference finals this year for the East.
Man, you took it high, didn't you?
I did. I went straight there.
Good googly moogly.
I'm gonna ride with Atlanta every time.
Let's go.
I love Trey Young. I'm riding with my city.
Yeah, I think I'm finna ride with Atlanta conference finals, NBA finals.
Ooh,
NBA finals.
I love it.
Yes,
I love it.
NBA
Trey said
finals.
last night before the game he can't wait to raise the banner.
Ooh.
I love it. See, we're going. This
Trey ballsy boy. Trey.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he definitely is. Mike, you got one more? You done, buddy?
Yeah. Oh no, I actually got two more.
Let's do it.
Hold on for 1 second. I got two more.
You got a prop?
Yeah. No.
What are we doing here?
You see, I just want to ask y'all. Man, this dude threw for almost 400 yards. It's almost 400 yards, right?
Jesus Christ.
3 touchdowns.
That jersey clean, though. That jersey
Pass
clean.
Dan Marino. You see the calls for pass Dan Marino. 7th all-time in NFL history. Only 6 quarterbacks have thrown for more yards than my man, Matty Ryan. You see the jersey. You see the Colts jersey. I know I'm unloyal. Please don't drag me in the comments. All right? But I'm asking y'all this. 2 questions. Is Matt Ryan, because this has been a great debate for years, is Matt Ryan going to the Hall of Fame? And is Matt Ryan the greatest 2-minute driller of all time? Now, you know what I'm saying on both. I say Matt Ryan deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. I say I've never, but despite John Elway, to me was the first, I think Matt Ryan has passed him in the 2-minute drill. So I'm saying, like, I love Matt Ryan. I'm gonna tell you, I think he turned the corner in Indianapolis. They starting to get it going. When they get that running game going, you're gonna see a problem. So I'm his biggest fan. I love Matt Ryan. I say you go to Hall of Fame, and I say greatest 2-minute driller ever. But are you guys in or out?
All right. So backstory, Lo, on that jersey. So his Mike's girlfriend got him the Colts and the Falcons jersey, right? So he didn't go out and buy it. So he put it on Twitter though, like whenever he got it, and man. People were not happy with him about it. They were just, saying that he was unloyal and blah, blah, blah. And you shouldn't support Matt anymore. So anyway, I don't get that part because, I mean.
So they told me I care more about players than I do about the team. You can see where my loyalty lies. It was a lot. It was a lot.
Hey, we'll back up real quick. One time, so Hawks, very good team. I can see them. Eastern Conference Finals, definitely. Yes, sir. Me too. I'm about to hit up these Hawks games for real soon. Yeah. Definitely want to get there. He said, no way the Matty Ice jersey.
The Matty Ice jersey. I had to get it. I'm going to the game. He plays see, Mike, no, not the Colts jersey. He played the Dallas Cowboys. I will be in attendance. One time for the fans said Matt Ryan is a Hawk. Most definitely. I love Matt. Yeah. The Colts jersey too much. I'm telling you, I had to do it, man. I didn't buy this. Now, just so you know, I didn't purchase this. It was a gift. And I'm wearing it, god damn it, because it's my favorite player.
Yeah, I don't see nothing wrong with you wearing the jersey of your favorite player, bro. Like,
no, me either. No,
there's nothing wrong.
Y'all saying Hall of Fame, or y'all saying the greatest 2-minute driller? You saying one of? You saying maybe? You saying probably not?
No, I mean, we broke it down when you had the jersey. It was like, man, you can if he's coming to town, I hope he gets sacked 35 times and we win the
Exactly.
game.
Yep.
Like, I hope he goes out battered and bruised. But I mean, if he ain't
Yep.
playing us, hey, hope the best for him because he
Yeah.
he gave everything to us for 14 years. So I got nothing bad to say about him.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm in, buddy. There's no way you can put up them kind of numbers. And I mean, if you're gonna say he's not, then you gotta tell me why. And
Yeah.
I mean, you can say the championship didn't have a champion. Well, neither does Dan Marino. I mean, you can say, that's I don't know. I mean, I gotta understand the why not if that's the case. But and 2-minute drill, I mean, dude, he just keeps doing it. So I mean, nothing. I can't say I'm out. I mean, he's just he's impressive as hell. Low.
First of all, shouts out to Sarah, Johnny, and Marshall. And of course,
yep.
of course, Matty Ice. First ballot Hall of Famer, easy. First ballot Hall of Famer. As far as the best 2-minute driller of all time, I don't know for sure. I know he's up there, but I had to look at the numbers. I mean, unfortunately, we had to put Tom Brady in there.
Yes,
of all time. And we got to put. I mean, Peyton Manning basically ran a 2-minute drill offense all the time.
Off the time, yeah.
So I mean, but I would definitely say he's one of the top ones, top 3, top 4 easily.
I love it. I love it. Hey, y'all, I got one more that I gotta do.
Hang on. Kerry said MR2 Hall of Famer for sure. One of my favorite Falcons ever. He's so clutch.
I love it. It's so clutch. 100%. You gotta love Matt Ryan. I wanna y'all confuse me at times because I just think that you should praise anybody and be respectful of anybody that gave to you for 14 years, man. And, and just at your job, if your husband, your wife, 14 years is a long time, man, for somebody to be loyal when they could have left and they could have been selfish. And I don't know another quarterback that was giving money back to the team so that y'all could improve. Like, I don't know anybody that was restructuring their contract, just being totally selfless and being totally professional, even in the midst of chaos, 100% of the time. And again, I'm the only thing that impresses me about anybody ever is character. I could care less about your jewelry and your cars and with your skills and whatever you do. The only thing that impressed me is character, and that dude's character is Hall of Fame, in football or not. I'm gonna tell you, that's why I love John, my man, because John, regardless of podcast, man, John's character is priceless. So that go far with me. When you hear me talk about people and praise them, it's very rarely for their skill set and anything. It's because of the type of person they are. And Matt Ryan is a beautiful man. Matt Ryan comes to the hoods of Atlanta and do a lot for poor kids that don't have to.
He did, man. Yeah.
So beautiful human being.
It still does in Atlanta. Yeah.
Still does in Atlanta.
It still does it. And that brings me to my last in or out. I know all y'all gonna say in on this, so I'm gonna just go off on a tangent right here. You in or out that Big Low deserves some praise real quick, so I'm gonna go ahead and give it to him. No, here's why, bro. Sometimes, man, when we do podcasts, or you might have a YouTube show or something, you might not be famous. So we think we might not get 1 million views or 2 million. You might not be a viral sensation. But sometimes, even when you build a small little following, and you may not think it's all of that, but sometimes when you look back at that little ass TV you started with, you feel me? And then coming from Savannah to Atlanta, just look how far you came, man. You know what I'm saying? So you got your own show. It is popular. You do well. You got a great following. You seem like a real cool dude, man. So that's to say something, man. Don't ever, and I'm not saying you do this, but just oftentimes we get caught up in where we not yet. We looking so far in the future. We don't have this number of Twitter followers. We don't. But sometimes you just gotta look in reverse. Like that little ass TV. My family was poor. I come from a country, like, to come out of that and then become this. dog, you deserve every bit of praise you get, bro. So I had to
Thank
give
you
you
so
that.
much.
Just so in, dog. You came a long way from that little TV in Savannah, Georgia. Now you live in Atlanta. You can, you know what I mean? That's a difference, man. And that's a long way, bro. So you deserve all the praise. And I just wanted to say that.
Man, thank you so much, bro. You
Yeah,
don't know
for
how
sure.
much that means to me. Thank you so much.
100%, man. That's why we wanted you on, buddy. That's
Yep.
absolutely right. And to go on, just backtracking one time for the fans, Eli Manning as well in the 2-minute drill. Yeah,
Oh
good call
yeah,
on that
Yep.
one.
he was a
Eli,
bad
yeah.
man.
Kerry said, that being said, I could never wear another NFL jersey that's not a Falcons jersey, but I'm not judging you. Maybe a tiny bit.
Yeah, see, maybe
I
it's
won't drag you.
I don't mind you dragging me a tiny bit. It is a Colts jersey.
And she said, I want the best for Matt. Really hope he wins unless it's against. Yeah, 100%.
Mhm.
That's exactly it. That's about
Oh, yeah.
100% my sentiment on that whole
Yep.
thing. So, and yeah, man. So yeah, like Mike just said, Lo, I couldn't agree more, man. Like we love the show, been watching for a while, man, and just appreciate you coming on with us tonight. And can't wait to have you back, man. It's gonna be this season. We gotta have you back this season for sure.
Yep.
Oh man, definitely, man. Look, I thank y'all so much for inviting me, man. I definitely had a great time, and look, man, we've been trying to get this done for a minute, man. Trying to get this done for a minute. So I definitely appreciate y'all for having the old country boy on.
Man, always, brother. That's an open invitation, man. So
and everybody that come through, if it's Curry or man Anwar, man, we love y'all for coming through on the live stream, man. That's so dope of a thing. Like I said, I don't understand no live stream. I don't know what's going on right now. I just see stuff pop up. I know it's like a ticker at the bottom. I'd be so impressed just the graphics. I'm like, I'm losing my mind just when stuff pop up on the screen. So I love y'all for coming and sharing this good time with us.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Look, we started off just doing just a podcast. We didn't even do YouTube. So we just started growing the YouTube channel kind of recently. So that's when we joined the Variety Sports Network and started to get kind of going. So it's been fun, man, just getting it going. One time said Big Low was one cool for real though. Makes me wonder if he used to be preaching a long time ago.
Yeah.
Rise up, go Falcons. Yes, sir. Rise up, buddy.
Shouts out to you, my brother. Shouts out.
Live stream is they said live stream is the shit. Hell yeah.
Right.
We love it. We love it,
Right.
man. It's just so much like we still do the podcast, of course. Like we put it on the podcast. We just had so much fun interacting. Like we're just gonna keep doing it because it's just more. It's like it's so much more fun that way. Kerry said, "I'm so glad I found y'all on Twitter because I love your podcast. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Kerry.
Yeah, man. I can't say that enough to all you guys. That's send us reviews or whatever. I mean, it's been it's just over a year now, Mike, that we've been after it, and we're going to keep getting after it, and just having people on like Low that's knowledgeable and fun and that can kick it with us and not be too serious. That's great, man.
Man, we have a great time every time with y'all. I gotta say that enough. It's just I couldn't do this if it was boring, man. I really couldn't. So y'all be so fun to me to interact with y'all. Anwar, Curry, Trey, Savion, all of y'all.
Big
One
Pop,
time for the fan, Low, everybody, man. Playing Madden and watching the stream. Ski, I mean, everybody, man. We love y'all so much, man. Y'all make this shit go. So thank you.
Hey, and shout out to Ski, man, our buddy over in Germany. He said that 7 p.m. was 1 a.m. for him, so he couldn't make it.
Oh, yeah, I seen you put that on Twitter.
Yeah, I totally understand that, man. That's so he's gonna listen to it tomorrow. So and Scottish Falcon over there in Scotland also checking us out. Like, yeah, absolutely. So anyway, so we'll close this out, man. Mike, we have a baseball tournament on Sunday, but Liam, my son, he's got like, I don't know, he's had a fever all day long. I don't know if he's gonna be feeling. I don't know if it's just like, that I think we went from 80 to 30 degrees. And he had practice Monday night. It was cold. I don't know if that's what's going on or not, but as of now, our games are at 1 o'clock and 5 o'clock. So I'll miss the entire game, but I'll have to watch it on review. Now, if he doesn't if he's not well enough to play, then I'll be here and we can record after the show, after the game, if you want to, like we did last week. But we'll
wish illness on your son, buddy.
I am not, buddy. I'm not. I do not. I hope he's better and he can play.
Man, but I hope he gets to feeling better soon, John.
Yeah, man. I appreciate you. Yeah, I mean, if he does play, then Mike will probably going to do a Monday show for the recap. But if he's not, then maybe like we did last week, 8 o'clock on Sunday night, something like that.
Yep.
So yeah, cool. Big Low, man, tell everybody where they can find you on YouTube, Twitter, all that good stuff.
Definitely, man. So for everybody out there that don't know me, my name is Big Low Kuntry. I'm just an old country boy, former football coach that love to sit around and talk about sports. And you can find me on YouTube at Big Low Kuntry. I'm sorry, y'all spelled Kuntry. I didn't realize I was spelling it wrong until I graduated from college. So make sure that you find us out. We're also at Big Low Kuntry on Twitter and Instagram, and we're on Facebook. So while you're checking up on your old high school sweetheart, or seeing what your cousin's getting into that you ain't seen in 10 years, go ahead and follow us on Facebook as well.
Absolutely. Yeah, and hey, did I read it wrong? Are you a Georgia State alum as well?
Yeah. Georgia State alum. Oh, man. Okay. State, not Southern.
Absolutely. All week, all day. Yeah, see, one time said, is there anybody going to Cincinnati? No, man, I'm my schedules during the fall until baseball is over with is 100% out of that. Until my kid's done playing. We've got 2 more tournaments, I think, and then he's done for the fall. So and then we're good. Then I might be able to like do a little bit of traveling, but not yet. And Anwar said, great show, guys. Man, appreciate you, Anwar.
Thank you, buddy.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, so y'all guys, of course, you know where you can find us. It's Out of Your Effing Mind on Twitter, Out of Your Falcon Mind on Instagram. We got a Facebook page you can go like. Hey, if you're watching us on YouTube, hit the like, hit the subscribe, tell a friend, tell a family member. Let us, keep growing. That just helps us. And if you like it and comment, actually, with the whole YouTube thing, that'll help us just get more viewers. And it's easier for people to find us when they're searching for Atlanta Falcons stuff. So, again, Big Low, man, cannot thank you enough for spending damn near 2 hours with us on your Thursday night.
Thank y'all for inviting me, man. I
of course
thoroughly enjoyed it. Definitely.
Absolutely. So, boys, let's get a win on Sunday. Let's go 4-3. Let's get in the.
We will get 4-3 by Sunday. We'll be NFC South champs.
Let's do it.
Sunday.
Man, I love it. I love it.
Let's do it. So, Mike, we're going to be back on Sunday or Monday recapping that win. I feel confident about saying that. So we love you guys, and we will catch you all then. Much love.
Man, it is a lot of lows, and we got the biggest low of them all. You hear me? Out of your Falcon mind. Peace.